Hello, and welcome to today's subscriber contract, Hongo Snake Triad, set in Chongqing and supplied to us today by Nico in the Drip. So moving on to our briefing, welcome back to China 47. So it seems the Hongo Snake Triad has been rising in the ranks and will soon be taking over most of China's major cities. They sell many narcotics, so eliminate them and cripple them. Good luck 47. So moving on to our targets, and today we have 5 of them along with a free map. So for today's challenge we'll be starting as the block guard, and we'll be bringing with us a remote micro taser, a lethal syringe and a silenced pistol. So right from the start and off the bat, let's move away from this rather dull conversation and make our way up to the floor above. We're going to just stop on the stairs and take out the surveillance system as we go. We're going to make our way into the experimental area. We're going to grab the screwdriver from the side there and throw it way over by the rear door. That will get the attention of one of the researchers. It will not be our target, and when he goes over to investigate, we can then sneak up behind him and render him unconscious, therefore removing him from the equation. We're going to deposit him in the closet provided, and then we're going to just grab our screwdriver and throw it back on the floor by the door here, and that will then attract the attention of our target. I'm going to grab the stethoscope from the table, and when our target comes along we can then introduce her to the stethoscope and we will eliminate her rather quietly. So once she's down, we're going to deposit her into the closet provided, and we're going to move on to our next target, who is located up on the next floor. So we're going to need to get through this keypad encoded door using the code 2552, and that will let us up onto the next floor where our next target is located. Now unfortunately he's not alone, and his colleague is also an enforcer. So we're going to turn off the fuse box on the wall just here and then turn it back on again, and when the enforcer comes to investigate we can sneak up behind him and we can then render him unconscious and get rid of him. So before he gets too close, because he will be on uneven ground, we're going to pounce on him and render him unconscious so that we don't suffer the punch glitch. We're going to deposit him in the storage room in the closet provided, and then we're going to make our way back out into what looks like a kitchenette area, and we can then deposit our target out the window. Over you go, mate. Hope you got wings. So 2 targets down, 3 more to go. Our next target is probably the second most complicated. It is a timing style initiation, or elimination should I say. So what we want to do is make our way out onto the rooftops. We want to destroy at least this one drone. That one will do. There are at least 2 more hovering about, but we can avoid them. We're going to grab the hammer from the side there. We're going to run towards the edge of the rooftop, throw our hammer over yonder. That will get the attention of our target and his colleague, and our target will send his colleague over to investigate, and then we're going to select our lethal syringe, make our way behind our target here. We're going to wait for the drone to not be directly overhead of us and we don't get the prompt, something that's coming up quite a lot of late with the Hitman games. So as long as the drone isn't overhead and the target's companion isn't facing us, we can inject our target with the lethal syringe and immediately leave the area. So now we've got a long journey ahead of us as we're going to make our way down out of the block area Now we are trespassing, although it's not been too much of an issue as yet until we get down to the ground floor here. We're going to select our remote taser, and if we are quick enough, we can intercept our next target at the karaoke bar. And there is a rather large puddle just outside, so I'm just going to give her a nudge to slow her down, drop the taser into the puddle, and when our target finishes making her way up the stairs, we can then trigger the taser. She will step into the puddle and she will have a shockingly bad day. So 4 targets down, 1 more to go, and our final target is probably the trickiest, as they are located at the train station exit, and they are not outside, they are inside the train station, somewhere we can't go. So we are gonna have to try to either lure them outside, or more importantly, or in this case, we're gonna shoot them through the window. So we're just gonna take a pot shot somewhere inside the station. That will get the attention of our target. Now he's gone over to investigate, and luckily enough for us, the young lady who was sat on the bench went into a panic and ran away. Normally she does not do that. She comes to investigate. She's very easily spooked, and we are lucky enough to get away with that first time, but you may have to attempt that several times before the young lady isn't looking. So we get confirmation all of our targets have been eliminated according to plan. We had no objectives to worry about, and we get a silent assassin rating. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.